Hello, my name is Carrie Brown and I am with the Central Mississippi Regional Library System. Today I'm going to be reading to you Chapters 7 and 8 of Permaid's Merry Fishmas, written by Sudipta Bardhan-Quallen, illustrated by Vivian Wu, and published by Random House Children's Books, New York. Chapter 7. "Are you girls hatching a plan over there?" Papa asked. The grown-ups chuckled. "We are," Coral replied. "Angel and Shelley are going to help me with a special Fishmas idea." "You'd better get to work then," Mrs. Shore said. "You still have to finish decorating the Fishmas sea fan." "Your moms will be back before you know it," Mama said. Coral frowned. "What time will you be here?" "I'll pick Shelley up after we close the restaurant," Mrs. Lake said. "Maybe around 10 o'clock. "I shouldn't be much later than that," said Mrs. Shore. "I'll be here as soon as all the Cove Council activities are over." "That's too early!" Coral yelled. She spun to face her friends. "Santa Paws doesn't visit until after midnight." Shelley and Angel swam toward their mothers. "We want to wait for Santa Paws," Shelley said. "Can we stay until he gets here?" Angel asked. "That might be very late," Mrs. Lake said, frowning. "Please?" Coral asked. She clasped her paws. "It's really important for me to meet Santa Paws this year. I need help from Shelley and Angel to stay awake until he gets here." "It's all right with us," Papa purred. "It might take that long for us to finish our Fishmas sea fan," Mama joked. "I guess our kittens aren't so little anymore," Mrs. Shore said. "I suppose you're old enough to wait for Santa Paws." "I agree," Mrs. Lake said. "Just don't fall asleep." "We won't," Shelley replied. Angel nodded. Coral grinned. "That's perfect," she exclaimed. "Thank you." The girls waved goodbye to Mrs. Lake and Mrs. Shore. Coral swam to a box of Fishmas ornaments. "Help me decorate," she said. She handed her friends 2 ornaments each. As they worked, Shelley asked, "What do you think it will be like to meet Santa Paws?" "It's going to be positively pawsome," Coral answered. "It will be a lot like meeting Kelpie Sharkson," Angel said. "Maybe even better than that." Shelley's smile disappeared, and she got very serious. "Nothing could be better than meeting Kelpie Sharkson," she said. Coral giggled. Shelley was Kelpie Sharkson's biggest fan. The kittens worked on the decorations until it was time for Fishmas Eve dinner. When Mama called them to eat, the Fishmas sea fan still had some empty branches. "I need a break," Shelley said. "I need food," Angel exclaimed. "This is hard work." The girls sat down at the table just as Mama brought out the Fishmas goose fish. "We also have mashed sea potatoes, sea beet salad, and oysters on the half shell." "Everything looks yummy, Mrs. Marsh," Shelley said. Papa carved the goosefish and put a slice on everyone's plate. Shrimp scooped mashed sea potatoes and salad onto plates. Coral gave out oysters. "Meowie Fishmas, everyone," Shrimp said. Coral wanted to get back to work. She ate very quickly. "Are you done yet?" she asked her friends. "Santa Paws won't visit until all the decorating is finished." "I want seconds," Angel said. She got herself another slice of goosefish. She didn't notice Coral scowling. "Don't worry, Coral," Shelley purred. She patted her friend's paw. "We'll get everything done." "We're all going to help with the Fishmas sea fan," Papa said, "right after dinner." Coral sighed. She had to wait for everyone else. She didn't have a choice. Mama tapped Coral's shoulder. "Since you've eaten all you're going to eat, can you help me with some of the cleanup?" Coral nodded. She grabbed a stack of empty bowls from the table. Mama picked up some plates. They carried them to the kitchen. As soon as Coral put her bowls down, Mama asked, "What's going on with you? Why do you want to meet Santa Paws so badly?" Coral bit her lip. What do you mean?" she stammered. Mama put her paws on her hips. She looked right into Coral's eyes. "You're my daughter," she said, "and I know when there's something fishy going on." Coral felt tears welling in her eyes. She knew she couldn't hide anything from Mama. "It's Shrimp's letter," she said. "The one you took to the post office?" Mama asked. Coral nodded. "I tried to mail it, but the post office closed early. I didn't know." She shrugged. "I feel awful, but I know how I can make it better. I can give Santa Claus the letter tonight." Mama smiled. "That's why you're trying to make everything perfect," she said, "and why you, Angel, and Shelley are planning to stay up until midnight." "Please don't tell Shrimp about my mistake," Coral begged. "I can fix it. He doesn't need to know." Mama pulled Coral into a hug. "I think he would enjoy knowing he has a sister who loves him this much," she purred. "Real Fishmas magic doesn't have to come from Santa Paws. It can also come from loving each other." "I know, Mama," Coral said. "But Fishmas magic from your sister wasn't the same as Fishmas magic from Santa Paws. Grown-ups never understood that." Chapter 8. Finally, the rest of the Mermaids finished their Fishmas Eve dinner. Coral led them back to the living room. Together they decorated the Fishmas sea fan. When there were no empty branches left, Shrimp swam up and placed all the glowing starfish on the very top. "All done," he exclaimed. "The house is ready for Santa Paws," Mama purred. "Good," Shrimp said. He yawned. "Because I'm ready for bed." "Good night, Shrimp," Coral said. "See you Fishmas morning." Shrimp blew some sleepy kisses and swam to his room. Coral took Shrimp's letter out of her backpack. Then she looked at Angel and Shelley. "It's almost time," she said. "We're going to get this letter to Santa Paws tonight. Then we can tell Shrimp all about the Fishmas miracle." Shelley pointed at the clock on the wall. "But we have a few hours until Santa Paws will be here," Shelley said. "What should we do?" "Can we watch a movie?" Angel asked. "A Fishmas story is my favorite." "That's a great idea," Coral said. She carefully placed Shrimp's letter on the end table. Then she used the remote control to turn on the Shellivision. The first hour of the movie was great. But then Coral noticed that Shelley and Angel weren't laughing at the funny parts anymore. She turned to look at them. They were half asleep. "Angel! Shelley!" she shouted. "What? Huh?" Shelley replied sleepily. Angel just opened one eye and frowned. "We're supposed to stay awake," Coral said. She shook Angel's shoulder. We know," Shelley said. She sat up. Angel did the same. Mama poked her head into the room. "Are you girls getting tired?" she asked. Angel rubbed her eyes. Shelley yawned. They both nodded, but Coral said, "No, we're fine." "It's all right if you want to rest," Mama said. Coral shook her head. "You know we're waiting for Santa Paws." Mama nodded. "I'll check on you girls in a little bit," she purred. Coral got off the sofa. She grabbed one of Angel's paws and one of Shelley's paws. "Let's play a game," she suggested. "Do we have to?" Angel whined. "It will help us stay awake," Coral replied. She pulled her friends up. "We can play hide and seek. I'll be it first." Coral turned away from her friends and closed her eyes. She started counting to 10. But she was so tired she was afraid she'd fall asleep. "I'll just keep them covered," she thought. She covered her face with her paws. Finally, she got to 10. "Ready or not, here I come," she announced. Coral turned around. Shelley and Angel weren't hiding. They had nodded off, this time in front of the Fishmas sea fan. Coral floated to her friends and gently shook them. "Wake up, you two," she said. Shelley opened her eyes just a little bit. Angel didn't move at all. "Just 5 more minutes, Coral," Shelley begged. Then she yawned and closed her eyes. Coral sank down to the floor next to her sleeping friends. She felt exhausted. "But I have to stay awake." She tapped her tail against the floor to keep from falling asleep. But the tapping got slower and slower. "Maybe I can just rest my eyes for a minute," Coral thought. "Just 1 minute." Thank you. Be sure to tune in next time for chapters 9 and 10. Goodbye.